Okay, friends, this is Chapter 5, Lesson 2, Part 2. Alright, so make sure you've watched Part 1 before you come join us now. This is page 325 in your Go Math book, so you'll need that handy. And, of course, put your name up here at the top. Now, our friends in class here said a few of these were kind of tricky, so we're going to go over them. Okay? First off, remember, we have our teens numbers, so we're going to break this apart, okay, into what, everybody?
10 and 5.
Yep, that's going to be 10 and 5, okay? All right. And then we're not going to break this apart any further because we have a 7 here, okay? Number 6, what are we going to break this apart into, friends? Good, 10 and 7. And then if you want to, you can break apart that 7 into what?
3 and 3 and 4.
Good. These guys match here. Okay, those match. All right, and then when you're subtracting, okay, then you're going to look at 63, subtract 10, subtract 3, subtract 4. Okay, so I'm going to let you finish. We went over this a lot in part 1, so I'm going to let you finish 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 on your own. Feel free to use the number lines that are on page 323 if you need more number lines. Okay, go ahead and hit pause and get caught up with us, and then when you come back, we're going to look at number 9. Okay, number 9 is a math on the spot. I'm just going to fold this down so we can see it. Number 9 is a math on the spot. Okay, and I'm going to go over it with you. Some of the friends in class, even after watching the math on the spot, said they still would like to go over it. So let's try it again. Now I'm looking at this here and I'm saying, man, they don't give us a lot of room to work. And so always have some scratch paper handy that you can write on. Remember, teachers love that. Okay, love seeing your work and how you work things out. So let's look at this. Jane has 53 toys in a box. She takes some toys out. Oh, that word some tells me we have a mystery number, and that's where the box is going to go in our equation. Now, there are 36 toys in the box. How many toys did Jane take out of the box? Okay, so Jane has 53 toys in a box. So let's write an equation. Okay, we have 53. She takes some toys out of the box. So if she's taking things out, are we adding or subtracting? Absolutely, we're subtracting. So subtract box, because we don't know how many she took out. Okay, but how many are still in the box? 36. All right. So there's our equation we need to figure out. Now remember what we learned about fact families? What do we do to solve for this? What do we say? Remember, these guys do switcheroo across the equal sign. So we need to do 53 subtract 36, and that's going to give us our answer. All right. Now, let's take a look. Okay. 53 subtract 36. This is a little bit trickier. So 53 take away 36. And you're thinking, man, that is a big number to break apart. Well, let's do it together. Let's break apart this 36 into 30 and 6. Okay? Now in this case, I think that I want to use a 100 chart. Okay? So I'm going to grab a 100 chart And we need to do 53, subtract 30, and subtract 6. Okay, well, let's take a look. If I have 53, all right, remember each time I hop up, what am I subtracting? 10. So I'm at 53, and I need to hop up how many rows? Okay, so I'm at 53. Here's 1, 2, 3. Okay, that puts me at 23. Now I need to subtract 6 from that. And you can write it out if you need to. 23 subtract 6. So I hopped up 30, I got to 23, and now I need to subtract 6. Okay? Do you remember? How could we break that apart? Yeah, because I've got my 3's here. Remember, this is a single digit. So I'm going to let you finish this one on your own. Okay? So find 23, and you need to do subtract 3, and then subtract 3, and that's going to get your difference here. All right? So then you'll know how many toys that Jane took out of the box. Okay. So you're going to say our complete sentence. Jane took blank toys out of the box, period. All right. Okay. Hit pause if you need to finish up on that. Then we're taking a look at number 10. So, number 10 says, look at Tom's steps to solve a problem. Solve this problem in the same way. So Tom, here he had 35 subtract 18. That's a teens number. Okay, so he did 35 subtract 10, and then he got 25. And then he did 25 subtract 5, and he got 20. And then he did 20 subtract 3, and he got 17. So let's take a look at this for a second. Let's just write out here what Tom did. So Tom did 35 subtract 18. This is a 2-digit teens number, so how do we need to break this apart first? What does it need to be, everybody?
10 and 8.
Okay, 10 and 8. Okay. Very good. Now, we have an 8 here, and we're going to break that apart even more. What are we going to break this 8 apart into? Here's a big hint. Good. 5 and 3. All right. There are our numbers. Please write this down if you're not. I'm going to give you a minute to get caught up. I see spinning on the screen. That's a little concerning. Hopefully this is working here. Okay. Now, here is our tenting. Okay. We have tented 18 into 10 plus 5 plus 3. All right, are we okay with that so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's see if we notice any patterns. What do you see here? We have, okay, 35 subtract 10. Oh, look, equals 25. 25 subtract what? 5 equals 20. And 20 subtract 3 equals 17. Do you see our patterns there? He just cruised down on the number line, all right? He just moved down on the number line to solve his problem. And we're going to do the same thing. So now, let's move this down. We're writing this out. 42 subtract 15. Okay, we're going to tent this. So what are we going to tent our 15 into, everybody? Very good. It's a teens number. All right. Now, I'm not going to tent the 5. Pretend I didn't say that. We're not tenting the 10. Okay. We are going to tent the 5. What are we going to tent the 5 into? There's a big clue. Good. 2 and 3. Okay, there are our numbers. So we're looking at, we've broken 15 apart into 10, 2, and 3. Okay? 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. We did it right. All right. Now, we need to write some equations just like we would do on the number line. So look at 42 here. Here's 42. And this one might actually not be long enough. Let's see if we can find one that's a little longer. And if we can't, that's okay. All right. 42, that we can start with this. So 42, what are we thinking first? 42 subtract what?
10.
Okay, let's do it. Write it out. 42 subtract 10 equals what?
32.
Very good. 32. Okay, so now we're on 32 on the number line. See? Here was the 25. We got to bring it down. Okay, we're on 32. Now what do we subtract? 2. What does that give us?
30.
Awesome. 30. Okay. We're not done yet. We're at 30 on the number line, so we're going to bring that down. Now we are at 30. What do we need to subtract?
3.
Good. 3. And I'm going to let you solve that on your own. So go ahead and hit pause if you need to. We're running out of time on the video. So hit pause and finish getting that copied down. On the back, this is not too tricky. Just read it carefully and answer in a complete sentence. This is kind of the same thing as before. Okay, there's 24 toys in a chest and he takes some out. So think about what we did back here where we wrote an equation. It's the same thing we did here. Oh, and then on 13, as I'm reading here, I see some clue words. What do I see?
How many more?
How many more? And according to our song, that always means what?
Subtract.
Yes, subtract. Okay. So I think that you can finish this up on your own. Here is where you show your work. All right. Don't just try to do this in your head. You need to show your work and write it out. Okay. Please answer in complete sentences. Thanks for working hard. I'll see you soon.